Happy Monday, everyone. It's time for my daddy's podcast.
Welcome back to the Lessons for Success podcast. I'm your host, Adam Wardlaw, a middle school science teacher and a high school football coach in South Carolina. Thank you for tuning in to the podcast heard by over 2,000 students, teachers, and coaches worldwide. The goal is to provide quick daily lessons to help you achieve more in your life. Be sure to reach out to the show on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and now TikTok by searching L4S Show or using the hashtag L4S Show. Remember, it's the number 4. If you're listening on an iPhone, be sure to give the show a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts in order to keep our community growing. Now let's start the show. In life, just like sports, there's no room for cheaters. You get what you give. Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new Monday Motivation here on the Lessons for Success podcast. I'm back after a little vacation at Disney World last week, and I'm ready to share another great week of lessons to help you get through the work week. Today's episode is all about earning your keep and not cheating to get your way by taking shortcuts. There's a story I want to focus on about, of all things, a pound of butter. Here we go. There was a farmer who sold a pound of butter to a baker. One day, the baker decided to weigh the butter to see if he was getting the right amount. To his surprise, he wasn't. Angry about this, he took the farmer to court. The judge asked the farmer if he was using any measure to weigh the butter. The farmer replied, "Honor, I'm primitive. I don't have a proper measure, but I do have a scale." The judge asked, "Then how do you weigh the butter?" The farmer replied, "Your Honor, long before the baker started buying butter from me, I've been buying a pound of loaf of bread from him. Every day when the baker brings the bread, I put it on the scale and give him the same weight in butter. If anyone's to be blamed, it's the baker." You see, the farmer had pulled a fast one on the baker and served him up a nice piece of crow. You see, the farmer was simply returning to the baker the same amount of effort that he was being given to begin with. In life, you get what you give. My football coach in high school loved to tell us that you reap what you sow. And looking back, he was exactly right. I'm not sure what your big goals are for today, tomorrow, or the rest of your life, but I do know what it will take to reach them. You see, the higher your goals are, the more effort it's going to take in order to achieve them. Want your business to dominate the competition? You're going to have to put more effort in. You can't expect to achieve everything you want by taking shortcuts or not being honest with others. So as you go through your week, keep today's story in mind. When you think about taking the easy way out or taking a shortcut, suck it up, put the work in, and things will be fine in the end. That's all the time I have on today's episode. It's good to be back, and I can't wait to talk to you guys again tomorrow on another episode of the Lessons for Success podcast. Well, folks, that's it for another edition of the Lessons for Success podcast. Thank you for listening. Remember that you can keep up with the show wherever podcasts are found, as well as the newly updated Lessons for Success YouTube channel. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or TikTok to keep up with more content from the show. If you haven't already done so, give the show a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. That's all the time I have for today. Be sure to tune in for the next episode of the Lessons for Success show.